Hi and welcome to my channel. In this video I will show you an easy way to flush the brake fluid on a Mercedes S550, W221, W222, doesn't matter. The brake fluid has to be a .4 plus, as you will see on the cap. It's clearly written or marked on the cap of the brake fluid tank or reservoir. There are these four connectors you'll have to remove on the driver's side of the engine bay to get to the reservoir. You'll need a jack and some jack stands, or just one jack stand if you want to do this one wheel at a time. It's probably easier to do it one wheel at a time. I've done it one axle at a time in this video. Starting with the rear brakes or rear axle, you want to start with rear passenger first, and then driver, rear driver, and then front passenger, and ending it with front driver wheel. So you'll need a helper, an assistant to do this. The first thing to do is to, so you really don't need a lot of tools or equipment other than this is where the designation is for the type of brake fluid, and make sure you know where the maximum and minimum level markers are on the brake fluid reservoir. And you don't want it to go much below the minimum level, as you siphon it out in the beginning to get rid of at least some of the old fluid. But you need a jack and jack stands. So this is the differential. I've put a piece of wood on top of the jack, and I'm lifting it by the differential in the rear to raise the rear axle just enough off the ground so that I can put the jack stands underneath. And then you'll follow that with, there's a mount point, jack mount point in the front also, and I'll show you that a little later. Carefully locate the jack stand mount points and place them underneath. But if you want to do this one wheel at a time, you lift it at the jack stand mount point, and then keep the jack there, but use one of the control arms right under the control arms to put the jack stand. So don't rely on the jack alone. So then you want to remove the tires one at a time. It's for this W222, this is a 2015 S550. It's a specific type of socket that you need to use to remove the bolts, and I'll have the torque value in the video for you. Locate the bleeder, screw and nipple. It has a little cover, so the nipple, remove that, and then if you have so depending on the type of car, you'll need a metric. I mean, anytime you want to work on Mercedes cars, you'll need a set of wrenches and metric wrenches and sockets. So I believe this is an 11 millimeter wrench, and so you just want to have you can if you don't have this this line, you can also place something underneath, a catch tray or something, and then with a brake cleaner, you can then clean it up afterwards. But anyways, I'm using this Harbor Freight. You really don't need to have this. I have an air compressor, so it makes it easy to siphon the tank, and also it comes with this filler bottle that you can just place on top of the brake fluid tank, and it will just keep the level at top of basically the fluid at all times, so you don't need to worry about keep an eye on it. But if you don't have this, I mean, it's not very expensive. I'll have it in the description. If you don't have it, don't fret. It's no worries. I mean, you can just if you have a turkey baster, you just siphon the fluid and then top it off, and then keep an eye on it. Make sure it doesn't go below the minimum level as you're extracting fluid from each wheel. You want to keep the tank at above the minimum level. So it's the process is really quite simple. You will need an assistant to basically press the brake pedal, and at first, of course, it will not go very far until you open the bleeder. Once you open the bleeder, the pedal will go down while being pressed until it reaches the floor, and you'll need to communicate with your assistant. So you tell the assistant to press while you have the bleeder closed and locked position. You press right, and you keep it pressed lightly, right? You see it go down, you keep going with it. When it reaches the floor, you say pressed. Yeah. And then I say release, okay? Press. Press. Release. Say release. Press. Release. Press. Release. Press. Release. Press. Release. Press. Release. Press.
Pressed.
Release.
Released.
Press.
Pressed.
Release.
Released.
Press.
Pressed.
Release.
Released.
Press.
Pressed.
Release.
Released.
So this is the front jack mounting point on these cars to do the front axle, but you'll repeat that same exact process for each of the wheels, for each caliper, and you want to divide your fluid at to 4, so or maybe give the rear wheels a little more than the front ones, because the fluid has to travel that far through the brake lines. So kind of divide it any which way you want. You know, one ball of what I will have in the description should be sufficient to do the flushing, and then leave a little bit for the end to make the final adjustments. What you want to do is when you're done, make sure that the car is at level. You've lowered the car from the jack stands, and you want it to be right below the maximum level. And it's kind of hard to see. You'll need some kind of flashlight to look at it properly. And then you're done. This has to be done minimally every 2 years, because brake fluid, as you may know, is hygroscopic, and so the moisture from the air, it will absorb that, and eventually it will ruin your brake lines. And also for in order to maintain the braking power, these cars are very heavy. So it's just crucial to keep the braking distance at the factory level. To do that, you want to maintain your brake pads and rotors, and definitely every 2 years, every 30,000 miles, replace the brake fluid. And I'll have some videos how to replace the brake pads coming up. I hope you enjoy this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.